back up front. And there's
here it is.
There's the white flag for Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has led twice for 101 laps.
Okay, Rusty, we'll give it to you. It went green to the end, just like you predicted.
They just weren't close enough, Andy. Usually when you see them side by side beating and banging, you pretty well predict it, but not tonight.
Toyota has been the car to beat all year long, specifically Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas. And coming out of turn 4, Kyle Busch will be the winner here in Windy City. Kyle gets win number 5 in 2008.
Yeah, baby. Woo, go give me that flag.
Battle for position here, 5th spot, and Rudeman will just get it in front of the 16 car of Greg Biffle.
At least he hung on for a top 5 finish.
Hey, Biffle had a great run tonight, guys. He come from way back. He did a good job, too, in 6th position. Boyer, another solid night. But look at, I tell you, Kyle Busch, just unbelievable this year.
By the way, the final margin for Denny Hamlin, only 3 seconds, folks. He cut 7.5 seconds off the margin.
Pace car pulls off. So now you've got Logano, and right alongside of him, Kyle Busch. And we're back to green flag racing, a green-white checker.
Well, big break for Carl Edwards, too. He was looking to lose points once again, but now he's going to gain points on Brad Keselowski in the championship hunt.
Look at this race for the lead now. This is going to be tight coming off this corner.
Side by side, they head down the back stretch.
I think Kyle Busch has the advantage here on the outside.
Here comes Joey back underneath him. They go into 3. This time by, there'll be a white flag. Look at Kyle get the run off of the corner. That's the clean air. You heard Jason Radcliffe request. His driver just gave it to him.
Oh, trouble on the front stretch.
Trouble on the front
They're wrecking
stretch.
behind us.
Ricky Stenhouse is involved. Several other cars involved. The 34 of Tony Raines, Mike Wallace involved. And I believe that the white flag was out before the caution came out. So this race will end under this caution.
And what a crazy finish.
Wow. Those tires.
That's why we never quit, dog.
I don't think he let up. I think he drove through that corner wide open on the outside of Joey Logano.
His 37th Nationwide Series win. You could see the disappointment on Kevin Kidd's face and the celebration going on in the 18 pit. Brendan Gaughan also involved in that deal. And there is the checkered flag. And Kyle
We
Busch,
deserved it. You deserved it. You drove a heck of a race.
his 37th win now moves him into sole possession of 2nd place on the all-time win list, 1 ahead of Kevin Harvick, who was our pole sitter tonight. There's Mike Wallace nursing his damaged 01 around. Let's take a look. There's Kyle's fiance.
Oh, she's happy.
And Jason goes
That's the way to win one.
a few feet higher than he normally does.
He got set up in that position by the 22 of Brad Keselowski running out of fuel as they were coming to get the green on this last restart. That moved him in a perfect position on the outside of his teammate.
There's Ricky Stenhouse. He had a great run going. He was like, I think at the time of this, was in the top 6, if I remember correctly. And, boy, just tore up a nice looking race
actually,
car.
but both of Roush's young drivers. You can see Brendan Gaughan get sideways there coming out of turn 4. 6 of Ricky Stenhouse, just kind of an innocent bystander. They got caught up in that, unfortunately.
Colin Brown also gets swept up in it. Mike Bliss gets involved in it. It's just a chain reaction mess.
It was an interesting choice there with Kyle. Or not with Kyle, with Logano actually taking that low lane. I think he wanted to put that 22 car in front of Kyle to maybe hold him off, and then when he ran out of fuel, that didn't work out too good.
I was actually going to bring that point up, that I thought that he might have a hard time with the 22 car, just as we saw the 22 car run out of fuel. It was an interesting choice, but that's where he had restarted, and it worked for him before.
His 16th Nationwide Series win on the 1.5 mile ovals. That's the most of all time, and Joey is beside himself. He's already heading for the hauler. When we come back, we'll talk to the winner, and Sports Center is coming up right behind us.
Logano here running second in this race. That'll start on the pole tomorrow.
White flag is out, and maybe, just maybe, in a mile and a half, the hex will be broken for pole sitters. The pole sitter has never won here at Chicagoland in the Nationwide Series until maybe now. Just a couple of more corners for the 54 of Kyle Busch. His career leading 61st win as he's heading for the stripe, 10th of the year. Most of all drivers this season. Here he comes for the checkered flag, and he makes it look so easy. Second place, Joey Logano.
We did our job. That's all you can do. Appreciate it, guys. Good job.
Cornish, Dillon, Jr., your top 5. There's 6 through 10 across the top of the screen. And so now he is 2 for 2 on the weekend. And the big one coming tomorrow.
Yeah, it is coming tomorrow, and it's actually my pick earlier in the year, but I said again yesterday, to win his first Sprint Cup championship. I really believe he's poised to do that.
Remember his record-setting year when he had 13 wins in a season? He has 10 now this year in a limited schedule, winning at almost a 50% rate.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Now, last night's truck race, he almost fell out when he did his donuts. Remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe he may rethink this.
He might make an adjustment.
Townley's going to hold his line. Kenseth to the bottom of the track for the lead. They're side by side through 3 and 4. Kenseth in front, but now here comes Kyle Busch right back.
That was a huge, huge effort by Matt. You got to give him credit.
White flag.
Side here.
Less than a lap to go. What an incredible pass by the 20 of Matt Kenseth, but he wasn't able to hang on. Kyle Busch back out front as they go down the backstretch.
By 10 to your lap buffer.
You know, Matt's still driving as hard as he can because there is a possibility the 54 could run out 100 feet from the start-finish line. He can get back by him.
All right, bring it here.
And across the stripe, Kyle Busch is going to win in Chicago.
Good job, guys. Way to do it.
That was a great race,
Thank
Dan.
you.
Great finish.
What a
Good
finish.
job, KB. Way to drive your butt off there and get it done.
For sure, when Matt Kenseth lays down tonight, he's going to know he did everything he could to try
What
to
an
win this race.
incredible run to
Yeah.
the end for Matt Kenseth. Kyle Busch was able to do the crossover, get right back. How about Darrell Wallace Jr.? Had enough fuel to get back to 3rd.
That's a sharp pencil and a good calculator. I'm impressed. That's well done.
Great finish for him.
And Kyle Larson in the 42, unfortunately, didn't make it. Ended up 22nd. Darrell Wallace all the way up to 3rd. But what a move. We saw lap traffic come into it. We knew it was going to come into it. They caught the lap traffic. The 54 lost some momentum. It was huge. The big difference right here, though, is the 25 stays between the two. Forces the 20 of Matt Kenseth to the bottom. He drives in super deep. You knows at this point, Kyle has to know he's not making this corner.
Right. No chance. Kyle actually looks like he slowed down a little bit and got turned so he could run a little lower off the exit of 4.
Well, the record continues to grow. Kyle Busch, the winningest driver in Xfinity Series history. Now 74 career wins. He has been dominant anytime he gets into an Xfinity race. That's the 4th win this year already for Kyle Busch, and the 4th Chicagoland win that he has.